Hello everyone, and welcome to my EastEnders Media News channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Shona McGarty's significant new role after leaving EastEnders has been made public. The actress, who has been playing Whitney Dean on the BBC soap opera for a number of years, has already wrapped up filming her farewell scenes. It was revealed today that she would be moving on to a completely different position. Shona has committed to the limited run of 2:22 a.m. Ghost Story in Dublin, which runs through August 11th at 3 Olympia Theatre and also stars Colin O'Donoghue, Laura Whitmore, and Jay McGuinness. Although the details of Whitney's departure from the square are still unknown, Zach has been finding it difficult to accept Whitney's choice to bring Brittany into their lives at a time when they are expecting their own child, even as he has been getting closer to Lauren. Shona has been transparent about leaving the BBC serial opera, stating that it was a very tough choice. She added, "It was a really difficult decision because it's all I've ever known," when talking about her decision to leave. "I feel like I'm leaving home because I spent my entire childhood living on the square. But as you get older, you realize that life is really short, so I had to pull up my big girl pants and bravery. Before I get too old, there are more opportunities and sectors of the industry I want to investigate. Everything has an end, and this marks the start of a new chapter in my life. Therefore, even though it was a major decision, once I made it, I was certain that I had to take this action. Really, 16 years is great. Whitney needs a vacation, and I've had a great run. What EastEnders always do so well is rewrite and relive history and beautiful memories through story," Shona said on social media in reference to her most recent plot. "They evoke memories from the audience's past. Reminders of the passage of time and the journey a long-running character like Whitney has taken the viewer on. In Brittany, they've managed to catch a young Whitney Dean. It's been such fun to create and shape these moments from paper to screen, and there will be a ton more. Thank you to all of the incredibly amazing writers, EastEnders, Lola, and Brittany." After recording her part as Whitney Dean's leaving, EastEnders Shona McGarty has found a new role. After 16 years in the part, McGarty will leave the BBC serial opera next month. The actress has said in the past that she wanted to spread her wings in her profession. The choice has paid off right away, as the star will portray Jenny in 2:22, a ghost story when it plays in Dublin. She will join Colin O'Donoghue from Once Upon a Time, Laura Whitmore from Love Island, and Jay McGuinness from Strictly for a brief run. In an Instagram post, the soap opera star revealed that she is so excited to be playing the part. Jenny, as she believes her new home is haunted, but her husband Sam isn't having any of it, reads the play's logline. Their first dinner guests, Lauren, an old acquaintance, and Ben, their new partner, get into arguments. Really? Can the dead walk again? They are planning to stay up till 2:22 in order to find out, as their beliefs and skepticism collide, but something seems odd and frightening and is growing closer. Dublin's 3 Olympia Theatre will host the residency, which will begin on June 20th and run through August 11th. Ticketmaster is the place to buy tickets for the performances, which take place Tuesday through Sunday. In July 2023, McGarty made her decision to leave the serial opera known. She later provided more information in December, stating, "It's going to be the end of an era, or an earring, as the EastEnders saying goes. Although I've enjoyed my time in Walford, I believe Whitney, bless her, deserves a vacation since she's had some terrible things happen to her. The door is open, and I'm welcome to return at any time. Yet right now, I want to follow my passions, like singing, which is something I've wanted to do since I was a young child. I really want to do other things, even though EastEnders has been fantastic." Star of EastEnders Colin Salmon has disclosed the scenes in which he found it difficult to embody George Knight. The actor began filming the series last year, when George moved to Albert Square with his fiancée Elaine and their daughters Gina and Anna, sharing ownership of the Queen Vic. In recent months, His character has encountered several obstacles, such as learning that decades earlier, his biological father was murdered in a racial attack by Eddie, his adoptive father. In addition to George's adoptive mother Gloria passing away after a heart attack, Eddie was just found guilty of the murder and sentenced to prison. Salmon talked candidly about the scenes he has found most difficult to do throughout his character's eventful few months in an interview with What to Watch. I did a scene with Francesca, Henry, in the cafe on Gina's birthday, and George refutes Eddie's bigotry, he remarked. The hardest thing was having to admit, I was grateful. Though they gave me a chance, it was wrong. And telling Eddie, I wish it had been you that died, was really difficult for me. That was awful, and I detested it. Regarding Chris Fairbank, who portrayed Eddie, I have to say that he took on the role of being a terrible, complicated, and broken person without hesitation. He simply played it, which allowed everything else to fall into place. I now adopt that as my motto. I have to persevere through it. Recently, in an effort to cope with his rage, George has taken up underground fighting. He puts himself in risk while keeping the truth from his family. Salmon stated, I believe that if you view it as self-harm, it's just a variation of that. Instead of blowing up, he sort of implodes because he has to feel something. He is obviously endangering his life, but he has only ever known this. He uses the ring as a vent for his rage, but there have to be other outlets as well. He requires assistance. He requires appropriate counseling. The actress, whose EastEnders character was killed by Ben Mitchell, confided the terrible news to just a select group of her fellow celebrities, which included Steve McFadden, June Brown, and Dame Barbara Windsor. Cheryl said that her co-stars in EastEnders were great at comforting her when she was having trouble, and that their support meant the world to her. Steve, now known as Phil Mitchell, made arrangements for her to remain at his Cornish house following her hysterectomy, and Dame Barbara even volunteered to pay her bills while she was unemployed. In the present, Cheryl feels comfortable sharing her experience. Listen to your body, was her advice to others. Get checked out, even if it's just the slightest concern. After all, without health, wealth is impossible. I've survived it, and others can too. Living in the now is everything. The actress laughs. I think every mother experiences mom guilt, and for me, it's especially bad after a wonderful weekend away from my husband or daughter. However, it's crucial to get over that guilt because if you don't, you'll never take time off for yourself, whether it be at work or in social situations. By doing those things, you become a better parent by being able to be your complete, whole self.